Right now is probably the best time to invest in the market. Here's why. We're currently at a point where everyone feels that all hope is lost in the stock market and in any sort of investing. Moments like this are actually the best times to get into the market before things flip and we start to see higher and higher valuations. Investor sentiment across the entire stock market is that everyone is in fear and uncertain of where the stock market is headed towards next. Over the past few weeks, lots of investors have been trading in and out of stocks, and put options are through the roof. Lots of big name YouTubers, one for example is Meet Kevin. He has gone to publicly state that he has not only sold out of his stocks, but is also shorting the market. And as a member of his Discord group, he made a post a few weeks ago about this, and even though he is saying not to do what he is doing, this dude has almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube. There definitely will be lots of other people trying to time the market with him, and it is going to end very badly. Meet Kevin has always been a guy who's loved buying the dip and getting great deals on stock prices, but suddenly he's just dipped and left all of the people who follow his advice just hanging there. It's not just him though. Plenty of big name YouTubers are doing this as well. This just goes to show you that no one really knows what's going to happen. It seems that everyone that makes investing videos here on YouTube seems to be divided on the topic of where the future of the market is headed. But there's one thing I'm sure we all can agree on. That is actively trading in and out of stocks over a couple days or weeks at a time. Huge mistake. This brings me back to the investor sentiment across the entire market. Remember that you need to be greedy when others are fearful. This is how you will succeed and thrive as a true investor for decades and decades to come. This strategy has never failed. It's been the same story for the past market corrections over the last hundreds of years. The market can go up just as quickly as it has gone down. No one knows exactly when the market will flip, but once it does, it will be in the blink of an eye. Hey, sometimes you're just gonna have to buy the dip and it's going to keep on dipping. I know it frickin' sucks, but these are the difficult things that you're gonna have to do if you want to be a successful investor and have a successful investing career for years and years to come. It can be extremely frustrating, but once it turns around, which it will, you will be in a great position. For example, I posted a video a couple weeks ago of me buying $20,000 worth of Amazon stock, and the stock has been hit pretty hard ever since that video has gone up. But hey, I continue to buy more, and the frickin' stock jumped over 15% ever since their last quarter earnings report. And I'm still super confident about this stock and the entire stock market as a whole, but they're just both going through a period of correction for now. There's actually a lot of great investing opportunities out there right now. You just need to do your research, but most importantly, you need to be confident that these companies will continue to grow for a long time. I can't stress this enough how much you need to have patience and a long-term outlook when it comes to investing, especially in a market like this when things are slow and stock prices are falling dramatically. These things can cause a person to make bad decisions, which can cause huge financial setbacks. For example, here are some guys online who have lost a ton of money or owed money to their brokerage that they've lost on margin. 26 years old, lost 2/3 of my wealth, still have around $17,000 left. Any recommendations on what ticker I should YOLO my money into? Okay, this is not what you should be doing. This is plain gambling, and this is what happens when people are impatient and are in such a hurry to get to that first 100,000 or that first $1 million. This guy almost had $100,000. You know how many people would kill to have that much money in their stock brokerage account? And now it's going to take him a couple years to get back to where he once was. Luckily, I've only lost small amounts of money at an early age, but never huge amounts that would be difficult or nearly impossible to bounce back from. I just turned 23 years old last month, and I've always enjoyed the slower but consistent consistent process of watching my investments grow years at a time. I'm not trying to brag or gloat or any of that here, but I do want to say that I have been very fortunate and very blessed over the past couple of years. I'm still in my early 20s and I have a 6-figure net worth spread across various stock brokerage accounts. So I know how it feels going through the process of only having a couple hundred or a couple $1,000s to my name at a given time. I know how it feels when you first get introduced to the world of investing. You get super excited and you want to try to turn that few hundred or few $1,000s you have into a lot more money. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But you need to be patient, and if you try to rush things and aren't patient, this is where you will surely run into trouble. Over the past couple of months, I've seen lots of investors trying to bet against these big tech companies and big innovation stocks like Meta, previously known as Facebook, Google, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, just all of those. And personally, I have never seen it as a good idea to bet against these huge innovation companies and buy put options against them. It almost seems to never end well. I've always believed it to be extremely dangerous to bet against these huge growth stocks that are having double-digit revenue growth year over year over year, because once the market starts to rise again, these are the companies that are going to rise rapidly. And lastly, one of the final things I want to cover on why it's a great time to buy stocks or continue to invest right now is that cases of the vid are dropping rapidly. This is fantastic news, not just for economic and stock market reasons, but just for the health and benefit of the economy as a whole. It sucks to see no one talking about this because everyone is just so worried about stock prices falling, but hey, we're about to go into the springtime, and just as it gets warmer, cases will hopefully start to decline and fall to less and less average cases daily. And once they do, those fears will start to diminish away from the stock market, which is great. Remember that it's always easy to buy the dip in an uptrending market when the market dips just a tiny little bit and it's sitting at higher price levels within the next week. That is not a real buy the dip market. Right now, we are in a real buy the dip market, and a real buy the dip market puts you to the true test. You're gonna buy the dip and sometimes it's going to continue dipping, but hey, this is where the real money is made and the toughest decisions are to be made as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my little rant there. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.